RHOBH's Sutton Stracke showered with support after debuting her best look yet. Sutton Stracke hasn't been as immersed in the drama as her co-stars during The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 14, but she is always on hand to offer her unfiltered thoughts. Her smaller-than-usual contributions to the show this season have been memorable, which should help her keep her diamond for another year. The veteran reality TV star took to Instagram on Saturday to share a photo of her glam for the next batch of RHOBH after shows. These episodes unspool on YouTube and Peacock after the Bravo telecasts of the regular episodes and feature the cast giving their 2 cents about the latest wave of drama on the show. Sutton has teased a drastic new look for the final episodes in the Instagram post in which she wrote the following caption. The 53-year-old is seen wearing a leopard print dress and shoes, but the significant change is that she has much longer hair, so she opted for extensions. Sutton's new look is a departure. It's quite a departure from the shorter hair she's donned on the show over the last few seasons, and fans were quick to offer compliments. "Queen," said one fan alongside a wealth of love heart emojis. "His is your best look yet," another fan declared. "Och, the glam is next level. Come on, Miss Ma'am," said a third viewer. Sutton's longtime friend and RHOBH co-star Jennifer Tilly wrote, "Meow," alongside a cat emoji. "You look amazing," another RHOBH fan wrote. "Mother, mother, mother," a final critic wrote. The praise is quite the heel turn from the countless fans calling out Sutton earlier this season after her comments about Kyle Richards' relationship with Mauricio Umansky. At one point, Sutton was Team Kyle, but she realized the error of her ways last season when her supposed BFF continually threw her under the bus. Sutton has been feeling the heat on RHOBH. Fans recently branded Sutton a pot stirrer because of her continued commentary on Kyle's personal life. Kyle even went as far as saying that she no longer trusts Sutton, which is pretty bizarre considering Kyle has pulled the same shtick with Sutton for years now. There's a good chance they will face off at the RHOBH Season 14 reunion, but then again, Kyle will probably have many people wanting to give her a stern talking to during the season-ending event. Kyle has been feuding with Dorit Kemsley this season, and the other cast members have been forced to pick sides. Earlier this week, newbie Bozoma St. John called Kyle the most two-faced cast member, so we're sure that will come up. It's been a dramatic season of RHOBH so far, with the cast clocked in and everyone coming at each other. We're about halfway through, so we should probably strap in for what's sure to be a memorable run of episodes. Sutton Stracke had always been the talk of Beverly Hills, but this time she had truly outdone herself. The morning after the annual Beverly Hills Winter Ball, social media buzzed with excitement as pictures of Sutton's latest ensemble flooded Instagram feeds and fashion blogs. The hashtag #SuttonSlayed began trending before the sun had even risen, and fans couldn't stop gushing over what many called her best look yet. The moment Sutton descended the grand staircase of the ball's venue, a glittering mansion overlooking the Pacific, all eyes were on her. Draped in a custom couture gown by an up-and-coming Parisian designer, the dress was a masterpiece of icy silver sequins cascading down a delicate chiffon overlay. The ensemble perfectly captured the night's frost and fire theme, with fiery opals encrusted along the bodice providing a stunning contrast to the frosty hues. Her blonde hair was swept into a sleek chignon adorned with a diamond-studded hairpiece resembling a snowflake. But what truly stole the show were the sapphire earrings, massive teardrop-shaped gems that shimmered with every turn of her head. These, she later revealed, were family heirlooms passed down from her grandmother, adding a sentimental touch to the glamorous look. Sutton's confidence was palpable as she mingled with the who's who of Beverly Hills. Lisa Rinna, clad in a bold red gown that some critics later called trying too hard, was among the first to approach her. "Honey, you look like you just stepped out of a Vogue cover shoot," Lisa exclaimed, her trademark smirk tinged with genuine admiration. Sutton's smile widened as she replied, "Why, thank you, Lisa. I figured it was time to have a little fun and shake things up." Of course, no RHOBH event would be complete without some drama, and Kyle Richards was quick to stir the pot. While Sutton was accepting compliments left and right, Kyle sidled up to Erica Jane, whispering just loud enough for a few onlookers to hear, "It's amazing what a good stylist can do." Erica's eyes widened, but she simply sipped her champagne and offered a coy smile, leaving the comment to linger in the air. The next morning, Sutton's DMs were flooded with messages of support. Fans praised her for stepping out of her comfort zone and embracing a bolder, more modern aesthetic. "You've outshined them all, Queen," one comment read, while another proclaimed, "This is your moment, Sutton. Never let them dull your sparkle." Even her fellow housewives couldn't help but chime in on social media. Parcelle Beauvais, always Team Sutton, posted a series of heart eye emojis under a picture of the two of them posing together at the ball. Crystal Kung Minkoff, who had been at odds with Sutton in the past, surprisingly commented, "Gorgeous. Just gorgeous." On the flip side, Dorrit Kemsley, whose own look for the evening featured a bewildering mix of feathers and metallics that critics were quick to label a hot mess, remained conspicuously silent. Speculation swirled that Dorrit was less than thrilled about being upstaged. Sources close to the housewives later claimed Dorrit had been overheard saying, "Well, Sutton had to go all out this year. She's been so forgettable lately." But Sutton paid no mind to the petty remarks. Instead, she spent the day reflecting on how far she'd come since joining the show. When she first entered the RHOBH universe, Sutton had been dismissed by some as a quirky Southern belle with an eccentric sense of style. Critics often labeled her fashion choices as dated or too busy, and she'd been the butt of more than a few style-related jokes. But Sutton's transformation over the past few seasons had been nothing short of remarkable. She'd invested in herself, hired a world-class stylist, and learned to take risks that paid off. Later that week, Sutton appeared on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen to discuss the look that had everyone talking. Andy, ever the charmer, kicked off the conversation with, "Sutton, the internet is obsessed with you right now. How does it feel to officially be the belle of Beverly Hills?" Sutton chuckled, her southern drawl as charming as ever. "Well, Andy, it's about time people started to notice. But really, I just wanted to have fun and feel good about myself. Fashion should be joyful, don't you think?" Andy nodded enthusiastically. "Absolutely. Now, tell us about that dress. Was it love at first sight?" "Oh, absolutely," Sutton replied. "When I saw the sketch, I just knew it was the one. The designer, Marcelle Dupont, is incredibly talented. She's only 26 and already a genius. I wanted to support someone fresh and new, and I'm so glad I did." Andy then brought up the sapphire earrings, prompting Sutton to share the touching story behind them. "These belong to my grandmother," she explained. "She always told me they were meant for special occasions, and I think she'd agree this qualified as one. Wearing them made me feel like she was there with me, cheering me on." The sentimental revelation endeared her even more to viewers, many of whom took to Twitter to express their admiration. "Sutton isn't just serving looks, she's serving heart and soul," one tweet read. Back in Beverly Hills, the buzz surrounding Sutton's fashion triumph continued. Fashion magazines reached out for interviews, and even the notoriously critical Joan Rivers' daughter, Melissa, gave Sutton a shout-out on her fashion podcast. "I'll admit, I wasn't always a fan of Sutton's style, but this was a home run," Melissa said. "She looked like a star." The momentum didn't stop there. Sutton's newfound fashion credibility opened doors she hadn't even considered. A well-known department store approached her about collaborating on a capsule collection, while a luxury jewelry brand expressed interest in having her model their latest line. Even her fellow housewives couldn't deny the power of her transformation. During a casual lunch at Lisa Vanderpump's new restaurant, Villa Rosa too, Kyle begrudgingly admitted. I'll give it to Sutton. She knocked it out of the park. Oh, come on, Kyle, Garcelle teased. You can say it. Sutton was the star of the night. Kyle rolled her eyes but laughed. Fine, she was the star. Happy now? As the weeks went on, Sutton remained humble yet confident. In an interview with a leading fashion magazine, she summed up her philosophy. At the end of the day, fashion is about expressing who you are. Last year, I felt like I was in a bit of a rut, so I decided to take a leap and try something new. It's amazing what can happen when you step out of your comfort zone. And step out she did. Sutton Stracke wasn't just a Beverly Hills housewife anymore. She was a bona fide fashion icon, proving once and for all that reinvention was always possible, no matter what your critics might say.